Hey guys, in today's video I want to talk about which soft wash hose I use. I do a whole lineup. I did pressure hose yesterday. Like I said, never kink. I'm not going to do anything on it yet, but this soft wash hose, and you can see this part right here is separated, but it's braided on the inside and it's still hanging on. The smart thing would be for me to do is just cut loose of this one, because it's just about a 10-foot section right here that needs replaced, but it still doesn't leak. This is 1/2-inch polybraid. I got this from pressuretech.com in my very first soft wash system that they had, and I want to think that it's a name brand, and it's the name brand that everybody uses with like the blue and the yellow and the red soft wash hose, but it's just not clear polybraid. I love this stuff. This has been sitting on my truck for 5 years, out in the sun, out in the heat, the cold, the rain, the wet, the freezes, the not freezes. I've had it freeze up on me before, and I had to take the gun off and let ice go through it, because I just wasn't thinking that it would get froze, but it did. But you know, these top pieces, these are the ones. This is all one roll. It started out as a 200-foot roll, and then after I had 200 foot, I ended up having to cut it up to make different pieces here and there. But these sections here are finally getting brittle, but they're still not leaking, which is just amazing to me. It's just the outside cover, but it's still braided on the inside. And then if you look like right here, I mean, this is the same hose. It's been on here at the same time. It's just this has been on there and it's been exposed, I guess, more than this bottom section, but or maybe it's been drugged through more bleach, because I was pre-treating or post-treating, I don't know. But you got this section here, and then like this one. That's the only issues with it, but it still works. It doesn't leak. If it leaked, I would have already changed it. But this is 1/2-inch polybraid. I run down here I have a 5.5 Everflo pump. I got it from pressuretech.com when I first got my soft wash system. I wanted to build it my own, and I'd watched videos, and I said, I'm just going to go spend the money, get one of their kits. That way I have everything but a hose reel and a pump, and then if I have to replace stuff, I will. So it let me know the fittings I needed, the hoses I needed, all that. So what hose I use is this 1/2-inch clear polybraided. Now, you know what I mentioned is I will probably end up changing that to a polybraid, because I don't like that at all. I mean, not at all. It's a never kink. It does kink. Had I not had to plummet the way I did to get it working that day, I would have done taking that back to Lowe's. It flattens out. It's junk. Now when it has water in it, it's good and stiff, but I mean, you can see right here how it's flattened out on the reel. It's garbage. I don't like it at all. The good thing about this hose is it's solid. It's not heavy. It's a 1/2-inch. It's not heavy at all, and I have probably 180 foot on here, and I can pull off what I need. I have a cam lock right here that I cam lock to the end of it, and that's it. Excuse me. I had it plumbed one time, and all I'd have to do is pull it out, pull off what I needed. I didn't have to worry about flow, because the hose, as you can see, it doesn't collapse. It's hard, and you know, I've been on roofs with this. I've been on roofs with this before, plenty of times. I've never had any issues feeling that it's heavy, feeling like it's, you know, brittle or not good. I mean, this hose has been amazing. So if you guys are looking for a soft wash hose, I 100% recommend these right here. I know everybody uses Flexzilla, but just like with the Flexzilla, it collapses when it's on a reel, and you know, you got to pull every bit of it off. I was looking at Flexzilla to replace this when it came time, and Flexzilla to replace that. I know you guys use Flexzilla and love it, but I don't want to have to pull that whole reel off just to use 100 foot and then have to pull off another. That's why I got that one, because I thought I would be able to do that. It was a solid hose. I thought that I would be able just to pull off what I needed and go, but I got to pull all 100 foot of that off and reel it back in when I'm done. This Polybraid, you don't do that. You pull off what you need. On the inside of here, I have a cam lock, and once I pull off so much, I cam lock it, and this like a jumper, and then just use what I got to use. But this stuff is great. Like I said, I will look it up when I edit the video to tell you. I know I'd butcher the name if I said it, so there's no sense in even trying. But it's the same hose that the red, blue, and the yellows come in. I love it. It's been great. You know, I have the spots here, but it still doesn't leak. I've even bent it, and you can hear it crack, but the insides of it's still great. So 5 years of sitting out here in the weather, and I only have a few bad spots in it, and like I said, those don't even leak. So if you're looking for a soft wash hose, the one that's not going to kink on you, well, on these soft spots right here where it's brittle, it may kink every once in a while, but it's just on the soft spots that really need replaced. None of the other does. It'll kink, but you don't have to worry about it, you know, flattening out and then pulling the whole thing off. All you got to do is pull off what you need and go. So I know you guys are Flexzilla fans. Everybody likes Flexzilla, and I like the bright green, but I don't want to have to pull this whole thing off if I just need 20 foot. And so that's why I like the Polybraid. That's why I like this, because it's the same way. I pull off what I need, go. That's what I was hoping to get with that, and I didn't. So I'll just use it until I get time to do something different there. But just want to let you guys know that's what I use. We'll see you.